Hello everybody, it's Emmanuel Faith. Super excited to be back here. Welcome to my YouTube channel if you're a new subscriber, and welcome back to my YouTube channel if you are a returning subscriber. I am really excited that you are watching this video. Before you continue, please click subscribe, and if you're subscribed already, share with your neighbors, your friends, your frenemies. You know how we do it. Today we are discussing something really interesting. I feel like every day I say that, but I discuss the best exciting topics. Well, after I shot this video on how to transition from one career to the other, I got a couple DMs about what about us that we don't even know what to do with our life? How do I choose a career? So today, I will be talking about how to choose a career. This is where you take that water break, grab a bottle of water, and let's roll together. Now, have you grabbed your bottle of water? Okay, let's go. Trust me, I'm not going to cajole you. I'm not going to tell you sweet things. I'm going to be as practical as possible. So when people talk about career, the first thing they think about is, what am I passionate about? What do I like to do? What do I enjoy doing? Trust me, those are secondary. What did I say? They are secondary. Again, this advice might be based on the fact that I am in Nigeria, a third world country, where I don't want to quote data that I don't have facts, but we face poverty every day. One, we face inflation every day. Two. So, the first thing you should consider when choosing a career, my brothers, my sisters, is how financially sustainable is this career? Yes, quote me anywhere. In fact, drag me. I am here for you. Why? Because you have to make money. Except, you're a nomad or you belong to the sect of people that money is not important to them. So a better way to put this is, what is the financial consideration? Literally, how lucrative is this career that I'm about to venture into? And trust me, I'm not saying this because everybody should earn the same amount. I mean, you can build your career from the scratch, be in an income, in a career that's not giving a lot of money, but build consistently, and then, own shares in the company, own equity. There are a lot of ways to make wealth. And I just want to put that out there. But putting a financial consideration, is very important I explain this, is saying, I am a content writer. How long will it take me to reach this income? Versus, how long will it take a senior engineer to reach this income? Now, is it bad to be a content writer? No, and we would get there. I would keep going. But I wanted you to know that it's very important to consider the financial consideration. That's the word, financial consideration. How much money can I make from this career? Again, your career is not the only way you can make money, and your pay is not the only way you can make money from your career. You can go back to watch my video on compensation and benefits. I talked about different kind of benefits. For instance, if you're working with a company where they give equity, for example, either a content writer, a customer experience person, or a senior engineer, depending on what the criteria of giving equity is used in that organization, all of you are going to get the same equity. I would, again, practical example, I love practical things. At Paystack, when Paystack was acquired, everybody that had shares, they did not say, oh, senior engineer, you have 5,000 shares. Customer experience person, you have 2,000 shares because you are a customer experience. No, they awarded the shares and equity based on competence, based on seniority, based on how long they've been with the organization. So I'm putting that disclaimers to balance my POV. But again, it's also very important to think about how sustainable is this. I remember in my last video with Michael, if you didn't watch it, go back and watch it. Michael asked me that what was one of my career regrets, and I said, leaving finance for HR. Does that mean that HR is not financially rewarding? Absolutely not. It is. People are making a lot of money from HR. I have two of my mentees. One is with Bank of America right now. One is going to Bank of America next year. And they're going to be earning in pounds, so you can make money from HR. But do I think that if I did not leave finance, I would be better financially now? Also, yes. Okay. I've overflowed this, but always remember financial consideration. Number two, what is the viability? Now, what does viability mean? What is the demand? What's the market demand for this career path that I'm about to begin? I think a tweet will come up here. One of my acquaintances, Amma, tweeted that the transition from biochemistry and microbiology to marketing in Nigeria is very interesting. And then the question I asked is, what if you're studying, I'm not shading you, I'm not shading. But if you study biochemistry or microbiology, How many labs do we have in Nigeria? How many clinical labs do we have in Nigeria? Now, when you compare that to the amount of undergraduates or recent graduates that study microbiology and chemistry, what percentage of those people are get employed by these clinical research laboratories, right? So it means that it's probably more difficult for you to be a microbiologist in Nigeria than to be a content writer. Are you getting it? So what's the market viability? You study soil science, fantastic, very, very brilliant course, but not a brilliant course to study in Nigeria. Because how many IITAs do we have? How many forestries do we have? Again, this is my stance. You can argue, you can agree, you can disagree, but you should always think, what is the market viability of this career I'm about to start? Now, I'm very sure that you're surprised that I've not said, what are you passionate about? What can you do? It was very important and very critical that I start from those two things. One, what's the financial consideration? Two, what's the market viability? Now, three, we can now start talking about passion. What are you passionate about? What comes to you naturally? So you like to gossip, you like to talk. Immediately you enter the room, everybody looks up and say, oh my God, she has come. And you not thought about maybe be like an OAP or, being the one that anchors event. I mean, for example, during your undergraduate days, class dinner, you anchored. Birthday party, you anchored. Your friend was about to get married, you anchored. Can you make a career out of this? So you love writing. You look and you write about everything. And you do not want to be, Wale Soyinka. You don't want to write poetry. Can you do content writing? You can sell anything. You literally can sell this, my 3 years used, UK used iPhone for 500K. Right? And you've not thought about being a marketer. So what are the things that you are passionate about? What comes to you naturally? How can you aggregate these things that come to you naturally and think of possible careers out of it? Which leads me to my next point, number 4. What is your personality saying about you? So because I'm an HR manager, I'm a people manager, I take a lot of personality tests. My favorite is 16personalities.com. I'll probably put the link in the description. I love it so much. Do you know why I love 16 personalities? Because it does not just tell you your personality, it suggests career path that you can follow. It gives you like if you click further, it gives you like a 7-page breakdown of possible career. Why they think, for example, I'm ENFJ. Yes, I'm ENFJ. I used to be ENFP, but now I'm ENFJ. So ENFJ can be a psychologist, a counselor, a teacher, which is what I'm doing right now, an HR manager, which is what I found my decision to go into HR. So you absolutely should take your personality test. So what's your personality saying about you? I saw a tweet about how, I think it was made by one of my friends, and it was about how do introverts survive in marketing or something like that. So ask yourself, what's your personality saying about you? Next is, what does a career path for growth look like? So a lot of people, and I understand it is Nigeria, or even if you are watching this outside of Nigeria, I think that there's a general downturn in global economy right now, and it is really hard to lock down jobs. So you pick up the first thing, again, which is not a bad idea. It's okay to pick up the first thing that jumps at you. Again, we are talking about choosing a career. Remember, in my previous video, I said that a career is a marathon, and if you have not watched it, I will link it, how to transition into a new career. So you should know that your career is a marathon. That means that it's not that thing that you do for 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. I've seen people, I think I brought, if I've not brought them, I probably will bring them. I've seen people change career path like twice in like 5 years, 6 years. So you are choosing a career, you're choosing where to start from, right? So what's the career path? What does growth look like? So you want to be a creative designer today, and that's fantastic. But in 5 years, what does being a creative designer look like for you? Do you want to be a motion designer? Do you want to be a product designer? Do you want to be a UI, UX designer? Yeah, there are differences. Nigeria that lumps everything together. Do you want to be an experienced, I've seen, profile experienced designer. All the kind of design they do is 2D and 3D to create unique experiences for people. What kind of designer do you want to be? So you're starting a career in customer experience, for instance. What is the long-term plan? Do you want to be a customer experience specialist? Do you want to dive into product marketing, product manager, leveraging your knowledge of customer experience to create or to optimize or to improve the utilization of products? Again, what's the career path? Remember where we started from, money. What's the financial, projection? What is the financial consideration? Second, how viable it is, at their career opportunities. Then we talked about what you are passionate about, what can you do easily, what comes to you easily. Then we talked about what personality do you have, right? What are the personality tests saying about you? Then What's the career path of growth? If you start your career today, where do you want to be in the next 5 years? Does that career provide you that? Maybe an auxiliary to that is also, if even this career does not provide you that, does this career path that you're choosing right now lay the foundation for the next path? For the next career you want to choose. I'm going to round up with this. One of my favorite books to read in this world is So Good They Can't Ignore You by Cal Newport. I feel like I talk about that book every time I have to discuss career. So if you have not read it, go and read this. I'm going to read 2 quotes from it. The first quote is, "The happiest, most passionate employees are not those who followed their passion into a position. They are those who have been around and have put enough work to be good at what they do." And that's why I did not start with passion. You do not have to pursue a career that you are passionate about. Sometimes that might even be a loophole. Now, is it a bad thing to do that? No. Some people have pursued their passion, but I'm very sure even those that pursue their passion worked hard at it. And I feel like people do not pay attention. So I played football. Like, I played football growing up. I played on the streets of Olomi Abafa Ibadan, right? And even coming to Lagos, I played football in secondary school. I was in my class team from SS1 to SS3. I played football in the university. I was in my class team from 100 level to 400 level. We won our department cup twice, right? Why am I not earning the millions of dollars that Mbakwe is earning today? Am I passionate about football? Yes. So sometimes it's beyond passion. It's really, what's the work that you put in that passion? How do you position that passion, and what effort do you put in to that passion to make it look, like a career? I'm going to round up with this, which is also another quote from Cal Newport. It says that no one owes you a great career. You need to earn it, and the process won't be easy. So the next time you are choosing a career path, think through the things I've told you. How financially viable is this? What's the market demand for it? What comes to me naturally? Maybe I should have added what does not come to me naturally but I can learn, right? But what comes to me naturally that I can improve upon? What's my personality saying about it? What's the career projection? What does growth look like in this career? Well, if you want a further private career consultation, I'm going to put a link below that you can click, for a 30 minutes paid career consultation. But then I really hope that this video was helpful for you, and I hope that you share with people that you know that might be at career crossroad. I would also link my YouTube video on how to transition into a new career, so you can watch that too. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed watching this, please like. After liking, leave a comment. After commenting, share with your community, please. Don't keep this to yourself. Remember, we have a goal, 50,000 subscribers by 2029. Till your next video, your favorite HR buddy, Emmanuel Faith. Thank you.